Okay, so Terry and I, we were talking the other day in the morning when we come in about the upcoming election and how much anxiety we feel and what's to happen up until the election and what's going to happen afterwards.
Yeah, you know what? So we thought, you know what, if we feel this way, we bet you do too. So what do you do about it? How do we just continue our day-to-day life without stressing out? So, you know, we called Marsha.
we called her the expert.
Because that's what we do when we're stressing out. She is the author of these books right here, The CEO of You, Toxic People, and The Reactor Factor. And since she studies and teaches others how to neutralize feelings and emotions, we thought she could just do the same for us. No pressure, Marsha.
No, none at all. None at all.
Because you know what there is? There's a lot going on.
There's
we
a
have
lot
a long
going
race
on.
in November, too. I think
No,
that's the biggest
and I
fear.
like to call this whole political nonsense the silly season. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Fair enough.
Because it makes us crazy in the mind. And all of the ads and all of the stuff you get in the mail and everything else, it's confusing. And it also does create a lot of anxiety because we are talking about tomorrow in our country and what is going to happen to our democracy.
Exactly, and that's what is so scary. So,
Yes.
and I was actually talking to you about it the other day. So, and you were kind of freaking out a little bit too. You told me, you said to your husband, and so what are you doing that would surprise us?
Well, the first thing we have to understand is you do have some toxic people in your life. And so what we have to do is learn how to manage that anxiety. So one of the things that we can do is change the way we think about things. My humble opinion, what we all need to do is understand every candidate, every kind of topic, everything that's going on so that you can make better choices. Please, please, please don't just watch one station or look at one newspaper or have one media source. You have to consume everything around there, then make your own opinion and make your own decisions.
Right.
We have to do that for ourselves and for our country.
Those 30-second ads, I mean, they're being thrown at us constantly, and it is a little scary. And you say one of the things we can do is neutralize those vampires, right?
Right.
And how do we do that?
We have to understand that we have emotional vampires and emotional craziness going on in our brain. It is up to us to understand that we have to change that. So personally, what I like to do, when I get something negative going on in my mind, I'll freeze frame that because it's a frame of reference that is creating all this anxiety with us, something we've heard, something that we've read. And so I'm going to freeze frame that. I make a choice to be more positive.
Yeah.
So just turn it.
Yeah. And I brought you guys some stuff, and we have it out here on the table, too, is I love this one, and I have this one for you all also, is that a positive attitude may not solve all your problems, but it will annoy enough people to make it worth the effort. Right? Is it true?
It's so true.
Yeah.
It is, and it's honestly a little crazy because I thought you would say the complete opposite. Like, oh, just, ignore it. Let it
No.
But you're like, no. You have to absorb it but here's the thing. It's all going to happen with or without us.
Correct.
So you have to, I'm almost hearing you say separate yourself.
Separate
Because
yourself.
you still have to live your life, Marsha.
Right, and you have to understand that this election is really very, very important for our country. So I highly recommend that everybody go out and vote. We are very lucky here in Arizona because you can go online to actually register to vote. So
There's
make
no
sure
excuses.
you do. There is no excuses whatsoever.
And you don't have to go to the polling
You can do
station.
no,
You can
early
actually do it.
balloting.
Early balloting.
We've already done that for our primary. So those are choices that we make to make sure that I am voting, because if you don't vote, don't complain.
I love to hear you say that because so many people are saying, well, I don't like either candidate.
So I'm not voting.
I'm not going to vote.
Okay,
and
fine.
then you take yourself out of the equation altogether, which is even more frustrating. Because now you don't have a stake in the game.
We are so blessed to live in this country where we do have the freedom of choice. So many countries, and I've traveled all over the world, as I know you all have and many of the viewers have, is that we have to understand how blessed we are to have this choice. So I highly recommend that you vote. You make the best choice. And, sometimes there's candidates where you think, I don't like either of them. But you have to choose the one that, in my humble opinion, is going to do the least amount of damage.
No, that's a good way of looking at it.
See, again, we're all in this together,
Yeah,
right? All right. Well,
exactly.
Marsha, you know what? Yeah, I think you've given us a few good tidbits that we need to really absorb. And you know what? we're a long ways away. So guess what? We have Marsha's contact information and also how to find her books. That might be a good read for you to reduce some of the anxiety.
Especially toxic people.
Especially that one on our website.
Election season or not.
Let's go to our website, sonoranliving.com.